your view now on a...
What's that? I don't know what that is. What are you? You're now just telling me there's two states? I thought there was only one state. This beautiful nation state of Israel. The beautiful nation state of Israel. There's not even an American state. Omaha, Nebraska, North Carolina, South Carolina. We should give them to Israel as well. That's the only state that I care about.
Now let's take a look at what our Nazi government is doing.
Going to be done. We ended the war in Gaza and really, on a much bigger basis, created peace. And I think it's going to be a lasting peace, hopefully an everlasting peace. Peace in the Middle East. We secured the release of all of the remaining hostages, and they should be released on Monday or Tuesday. Getting them is a complicated process. I'd rather not tell you what they have to do to get them. There are places you don't want to be, but we are getting the hostages back on Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday, and that'll be a day of joy. I'm going to try and make a trip over. We're going to try and get over there, and we're working on the timing, the exact timing. We're going to go to Egypt, where we'll have a signing, an additional signing. We've already had a signing representing me, but we're going to have an official signing. And the amazing thing is all of the countries over there, from Qatar to Saudi Arabia to UAE to all of them, I mean, the rich ones, the less than rich ones, they've all come together, something which is amazing, actually. They've all come together for this, and they're really probably the best relationships they've ever had. So it's been really something incredible that nobody thought it was possible to get it done. And very importantly, the hostages are coming back. As you know, they consider them hostages. They talk about them as hostages, but there are approximately 28 dead people, mostly young, mostly men, but and boys. I mean, boys. The one woman talked about her baby. Her baby's 25 years old, but you know, to her it's her baby, and we're bringing them home. We're getting everything, and to those parents, the dead young man is just as important, as though this person were alive. It's amazing. I've never seen anything quite like it. I've been very much involved. I've never seen anything quite like it.
Bro does not understand how human beings work.
It's really peace in the Middle East. And you remember October 7th was terrible, but also from the Hamas standpoint, they probably lost 70,000 people. That's big retribution. That's big retribution. But at some point, that whole thing has to stop, and we're going to see to it. Gaza is going to be slowly redone. You have tremendous wealth in that part of the world by certain countries, and just a small part of that, what they make will do wonders for Gaza. And I think you're going to see some tremendous countries stepping up and putting up a lot of money and taking care of things. But there's tremendous spirit like I haven't seen. And even the news, I won't call it fake news for this purpose, because they really were very fair today, I must tell you, in all cases. But they covered it very well. They covered it very fairly. Everybody loves it. Everybody. People that were never giving us a fair shake, frankly, they can't even believe it. They're so they're amazed by it. A lot of people are. But it was just everything came together. I think the attack was very important on Iran, because let's say that didn't happen, they'd probably by now have a nuclear weapon, numerous nuclear weapons, and therefore, even if we signed a deal, there'd be a big dark cloud over it, and it wouldn't be the same thing. So Iran's different, but Iran wants to work on peace now. They've informed us, and they've acknowledged that they're totally in favor of this deal. They think it's a great thing. So we appreciate that, and we'll work with Iran. As you know, we have major sanctions on Iran and lots of other things. We would like to see them be able to rebuild their country too, but they can't have a nuclear weapon. So I want to express my tremendous gratitude to the leaders of Qatar, Egypt, and Turkey for helping us reach this incredible day.
Turkey mission. Turkey mentioned.
Yeah, please.
Mr. President, looking ahead, what guarantees Hamas disarms and that Israel doesn't resume bombing once the hostages
Well,
are
the first
released?
thing we're doing is getting our hostages back, okay? And that's what people wanted more than anything else. They wanted these hostages back that have lived in hell like nobody has ever even dreamt possible. And after that, we'll see. But they've agreed to things, and I think it's going to move along pretty well.
But what is phase two? When does it
I'm not
begin?
going to talk about that because you sort of know what phase two is, but there will be disarming, there will be pullbacks, there will be a lot of things that are happening. You know, I gave you a whole list of 22 different things that will take place. And I think it'll take place, and I think you're going to end up with peace in the Middle East. But we have to get our hostages back.
What do you mean our hostages, bro? What are you talking about? You're the president of the United States of America. Like there are no Americans remaining. I mean, I guess he's just embodied like the notion that Israel is the 51st state, I guess. Might as well. He's an empath. Yeah. Because like, if you're talking about our hostages, Israel had our hostages. Israel literally had American citizens. I just interviewed one today, and these guys did not even take the initiative to release them on purpose, mind you. They were like, yeah, let fucking God sort it out. Let Israel show you a lesson.
And we weren't going to do it at the end. We're going to do it at the beginning. We said we want them at the beginning. We're not doing it. You know, we got the hostages back. We did, as a group with Steve and Jared and Marco and me and all of us. We got the hostages back. We got many of them back. Many, unfortunately, were dead. But we got many back that are now living with their families, with their parents in many cases, and with their husbands, families, wives. Many of them, they celebrate all over. They're the ones that are celebrating the loudest. They're all over. There are a lot of them that we got out. But the last 20, and I always said the last ones are going to be the most difficult, but it's been a very big deal getting the hostages out, but the rest is going to take place too.
And can you promise Palestinians they will be able to stay?
Well, they know exactly what we're doing. We're going to create something where people can live. You can't live right now in Gaza. The place it's a horrible situation. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. So yeah, we're going to create better conditions for people. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, excuse me, what kind of security guarantees is the United States going to make for Gaza?
Well, we're going to work with very wealthy countries that love people, frankly. I know them very well. They love people, but they love Arab people, and they love Muslims, and they love, I think right now they love everybody, and they're immensely wealthy, and they're going to be involved in putting up money, and for them, it's a small amount of money. For somebody else, it's a large amount of money. But, you know, these are the wealthiest countries in the world, and they'll be very much involved in making it as good as possible.
And what's your take now on a two-state solution, sir? Just to follow up on that. What is your view now on a
What's that? I don't know what that is. What are you? You're now just telling me there's two states? I thought there was only one state. This beautiful nation state of Israel. The beautiful nation state of Israel. There's not even an American state. Omaha, Nebraska, North Carolina, South Carolina. We should give them to Israel as well. That's the only state that I care about.
State solution for the...
I don't have a view. I'm going to go with what they agree to.
Mr. President, given that there are some tough provisions for Israel in this agreement, are you at all concerned that Bibi Netanyahu may not?
He said, I don't have a view on the two states. See, I'm telling you. He just straight up listens to the last handler. Like, this man does not retain information. Yesterday, they asked him, Mr. President, like, do you want to revoke habeas corpus when dealing with these like mass deportation initiatives? And he straight up was like, no, I don't know. I don't know what that is. Who? He said, who? What's that? I want the Homeland Secretary, Kirsty Noem, to answer that question. This man is incapable of fucking retaining information, okay? He doesn't need to retain anything when we're winning so hard, brother. That's true. I don't know habeas or corpus. I know Corpus Christi. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Continue in his post, he may be deposed.
That Bibi may go a little bit out of whack.
But he may no longer be prime minister when this is over.
Look, that's politics. It could be. I don't know. I think he's very popular right now. He's much more popular today than he was 5 days ago.
How you Americans allow this moron to be your president will always amaze me. Brother, I can't explain this to you, but just look at the internet. Look at the American internet, and you will immediately understand why motherfuckers voted for this man and still like this man. His approval rating is still at like 40%. Okay? Just look at the American internet. I think people are even dumber than this. I think we could straight up have an even worse and dumber president. And also, for the Europeans tuning in, this is your future. I hope you understand that. I have been warning about this for a decade now. Like, Europeans used to make jokes when Trump was president the last time, and I was like, brother, you don't know what is about to happen. If Americans want to see their future, we can look to Israel. Okay? Israel is America's near future. Europe's near future is the United States of America. And then, of course, Israel afterwards. Every country that is in the periphery, every country that is under the banner of Western imperialism is basically accelerating towards fascism, and the stupidest version of fascism too. Like, not only is it fascist and it's violent and it's brutal, it's oppressive, it's repressive, but it's also like this incredibly childish version. And I don't know if like previous iterations, when adjusted to their timeline, were also just as childish. I don't know. I don't know that. I haven't studied like fascist movements that deeply to know if like people at the time were like, yo, this Hitler guy is gay as hell. You know, maybe they were like, bro, this Hitler guy is being so childish. What the fuck is this? Maybe they were saying that, you know, at the time.
Right now, maybe people shouldn't run against him. 5 days ago, it might not have been a bad idea. No, Bibi's this has been a very good thing. I don't think he did it for that reason, okay? But I think just looking as an analyst would look at this, I think Bibi should be very popular right now. Yeah, please.
What will happen if Hamas says that it cannot locate or was not able to find all of the deceased hostages' bodies within the time
Well,
frame?
we'll have to see. I think that's going to be, it's largely been answered. We know where most of them are. Actually, the bodies are a bigger problem because some of the bodies are going to be a little bit hard to find. It's a terrible thing to discuss even, but you understand, we're all people, we're grown-ups, we understand life. Nobody can understand this stuff because this could have taken place, but we have the hostages for the most part, and so I don't think it's going to be overly big. The situation with the bodies, you know, they say 28. Some are going to be a little bit hard to find, but we're going to do the best we can. Yeah, please.
If they don't find them within the time frame.
Please.
Thank you, sir. Regarding